here. So today I'm going to try to repot these winter squash. They definitely look stressed and unhappy. This one, I don't even know if it's gonna make it, but I'm gonna put it in here. The downside is this doesn't have holes in it yet, so I do need to grab the drill and put some holes in the bottom. Now I got this container at Lidl. If you shop at any of those types of stores where, you know, it's like an Aldi or a Lidl, you know, they have random stuff. And that's where I got this from today. So very excited to try it. It does have places where I think holes are supposed to go. So I feel relatively good about this. Okay, maybe do it like this, yeah. Hey! I did it. All right, and then I think there's places for holes here too. There's little circles that are cut out, so it just feels right. Like they intended. All right, I did it. So I'm gonna move my little distressed guys over here. This is the plant stand for this. And this is the same soil mix that I'm putting in the raised beds outside. I just mix some up in the wheelbarrow to go into this, hopefully without making too much of a mess. I need a like potting area, but I don't have one. So we're doing the best we can with what we do have. Perfect. Let me break that up. That's some of the mushroom compost. So what went in here was some of that Star Green was the brand. My brain can't work. Star Green was the brand, and it was like a fruit and vegetable garden something soil. So that is what the soil is. Mixed into that is some mushroom compost and some perlite. And this is the same mix that I have out in the raised beds. So I do think that in terms of like these little plants adjusting, this will help because it does give them the same thing they would have outside. Now, ultimately they will be transplanted again, right? These are gonna be very big plants, but for right now, I just need to put them in a bigger container than this. I think this is why the plant seems so stressed, is it just doesn't have roots enough to grow, and these little pods, while they are supposed to break down, and you can see they are quite, quite easy to break away, but the roots of these little plants just need some more space. They need more room to grow. And I think that's part of what's causing them to be distressed. Could be any number of things. Maybe I watered them too much. Maybe I watered them too little. Maybe I, gosh, I don't know. But we're gonna try this and see if this will help them grow a bit better. Particularly the last one there. He started failing today, and I don't think that I'm being harsh when I say failing. Like, this plant went from looking like this, where it was a little yellowed, to the leaves just being totally limp and like on the brink of death. I mean, it is not, this plant does not look good. It does not look happy. So we're gonna see if replanting them helps. I'm sure it will be a shock. Ooh, this one, some of its little roots broke, but you know, sometimes plants take really well to being transplanted and sometimes they don't, and that's okay. We're just gonna try. And the worst case is it dies, which is okay because that happens sometimes. And it's not the end of the world. The other gardening project that I am working on tonight is going to be trying to save these last 2 basil out of this tray. This tray has struggled for the last several weeks, so I'm actually going to empty it and put some new soil in there and try to start fresh with some more herbs, because that's the majority of what was in there, and they all sort of recently and suddenly died. I don't know why this happened. See, these leaves are just so weak. Anywho, I don't know why this happened, but it did. And the best I can do is just try to kind of recover from it and see if we can figure it out. So these 2 tomatoes, I'm not too worried about losing. I have a lot of tomatoes, so I'm gonna let those just go. These pods never sprouted, so I'm gonna just let those go as well. The lemongrass, I think, is actually doing okay in this container. These at least seem to be doing quite well. I wonder if this one was getting a little too much shade from those, so I'm gonna just put those back under my grow lights as is. But I'm gonna get this container emptied out, and I'm gonna really try to hose it off and wash it off, so whatever badness was preventing the plants from doing well, maybe we can avoid that with this next round. And I'm gonna plant more herbs, oregano, sage, thyme is what I'm gonna attempt there. But I do want to try to save those 2 basil plants. I'm gonna put them over here, sort of interspersed in this same planter. So you can see it's got a lot of roots. These roots are not gonna make it, so I don't know if the whole thing will make it or not. But this is lemon basil. It's one of very few lemon basil plants that I did try to plant. So I really would love it if it lived. If not, it's not going to be the end of the world. But there's one, and let's put the other one maybe right here. Actually, right here. There looks like there's a bit more space here. And ultimately, all of these will be repotted again. So this is nothing's final resting spot. I'm just trying to help the plants recover for the next few weeks so that I can start hardening them off and ultimately taking them outside. So hopefully this will help these little guys grow some. I'm gonna get my little watering can so that I can made a mess, just so that I can moisten the soil since it was dry to start. And I'm gonna find it a space on the shelf. Be right back. Now I don't want to water this too much just in case overwatering was part of my problem. But I do want the soil to be nice and moist around these guys so they don't, you know, leach all of their moisture into the surrounding soil, and then suddenly overnight they all just start dying because they have no liquids. Because it is nighttime now. It is 8 p.m. So kind of whatever state I leave them in tonight, I won't know until the morning. And that's a lot of hours to go if there's a problem. So I'm gonna put these on the shelf, bid farewell to these last remaining sad things from this planter, and hopefully we will have better luck with the next round of stuff that we put in there. I'm gonna get this cleaned up and then we'll be right back. So, it's been quite some time. You might notice I look gross now. I had difficulty getting this clean. I sprayed it with the hose outside very thoroughly. There was still stuff stuck on. It didn't look good. So I cleaned it with Dawn dish soap and I scrubbed every single unit. There are some that are mysteriously stained. I'm not sure. I'm a little worried that whatever befell the first plants that I planted in here will also be an issue for these. But we're gonna give it a shot. I have mixed up some of the same soil that I am using in the raised beds. This I have pre-moistened, so it is wet. And I'm gonna go ahead and fill these with this. Now, there, you know, is it intended for seed starting? No, but I hope that it will work just fine. And I hope further that it will give these plants the nutrition and whatever else that they need to actually be successful in this container. I really don't know why I've had so much trouble with this container compared to the other containers that I've used, because I have on my little grow shelf kind of 4 different pots, seed starting type things. So one of them was a kit that I got. 2 of them were, but they were different. So one was like a kit and it had little netted circles on them. And we ultimately ended up removing all of the netting, but it did come with like fertilizer for the water that you were using to moisten the soil. So that was interesting. We definitely used that. That's the tray that the marigolds are growing in, and they are doing fantastic. They're doing so fantastic. They just got booted off the grow light shelf for the autumn squash that I just transplanted. The marigolds are going in the ground this week. They have been outside, 8-10 hours a day for the last week, and they're doing fantastic. They show no signs of distress. So yeah, we're gonna put them outside. I'm very excited about this. So that was the one thing that I got. Then I got another seed starting kit that didn't come with any soil. It was just like the holes, and I filled those with just seed starting, the soft seed starting soil that I used ultimately in everything other than the one with the marigolds. Got that same mix. And then I had these, which have given me a lot of trouble. I don't know, I'm a little hesitant to do it again next year. Maybe I can unlock the secret of being successful with these. But I got these, and then I also got the little peat container things that you can, that's what the squash was in. And those, you're supposed to be able to just plant them in the ground, because they do sort of rapidly break down, and you can, the roots of your little plants will grow through the wall, and you can just plant it directly in the ground. I hope to be able to do that with other things. I took the squash out of those because they were stressed, and I don't know what's causing them to be stressed. So, all right, we have this done. I just lightly packed the soil in. One issue that I had with this container last time, I did not pack the soil in, and over time, soil was falling through these big holes in the bottom. I'm not sure if you can see it, but soil was falling through those enough that it did kill at least one whole little thing of the oregano, because the soil that the oregano was, you know, living in just completely fell out, and it ended up with just like a little line of soil, and so every time I watered it, they just drowned and died. So these have been packed now to avoid that problem. Washing off my hand. So hopefully we'll avoid that issue. So I am gonna try the oregano again. Clearly that was something that went well. I am going to try the sage again, but I need to figure out why it did not work. Because they didn't even pretend to sprout, like nothing happened at all. And then I am gonna try the purple basil again. It's so pretty, and I only planted 2 and they both died. And then I'm gonna do thyme. And I'll probably do more of the lemon basil. I don't think I need any more parsley. There is parsley that is growing well over there. And chives, none of the chives came up. So let's make a few more things here. So chives. I do like these little labels, but I'm not sure if there's something I'm not doing quite right in terms of how I label. Like I did one label for the whole row, like it seemed excessive to label each individual pot. But when I transplanted my tomatoes that were in this container that were dying and are now thriving in their new container, I totally lost track of what was what. I have no idea what varieties I have now. And it's because I only had one of these, but I had lots of little plants to plant out. So I don't know if I'm supposed to make one for each. That feels excessive, but maybe so. All right, so we've got sage, chives, thyme, the purple basil, oregano. Yeah, we'll do some lemon basil too. Perfect. And we'll just do one row of each of these. Alrighty. And this has nothing special on the directions for the thyme. It did sprout last time, so clearly I did something right. We did, however, tape these shut because we're smart. Oh dear, I need scissors. Glad I taped it shut though, none of the seeds fell out. All right, maybe I should do this in the order here so that I know what I've planted. Ooh, just said none of the seeds fell out, but those oregano seeds are definitely busting out of there. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh, they are so small. All right, so we're just gonna sprinkle the oregano seeds here on top. And I really don't know any other way to do this. I'm sure I'm putting like 20 in each of these, but these things are incredibly tiny. These have got to be right up there with some of the smallest seeds I have ever planted. Okay. Wow. All right, so that's oregano. Done. We'll put new tape on that. Let's do the purple basil next. These sound more substantial. My sister taped these up for me. Shout out to the sister. I'm very grateful that she did, because I probably would have lost, seeds for sure. Okay. So for these, I'm gonna do, because I can actually see the seeds a little better. I'm just gonna try to do 3 in each thing. This will just help me, have more confidence that they are indeed gonna come up. And I don't have any reason to think that they won't, but I don't know. 3 feels right. So that was the purple basil. Lemon basil will be next. Sage, thyme, chives, where is it? Ah, right in front of my face. All right, so we're getting the lemon basil now. I like getting seeds started. It's just something oddly kind of soothing about it. Whee! Into my hand. All right. Same thing here. We're gonna just shoot for about 3 in each section. All right. Just looking to make sure there's nothing special here either. Nope. Okay. Nothing special? Nope. Okay. Next up, thyme. Thyme. I love how the seed packet gives you ideas. It says, agreeable aroma and pungent flavor. Use fresh or dried for seasoning, clam chowder, and other fish soups, as well as soups, stews, sauces, and meat dishes. Thank you for the ideas, Fairy Morse. All right. This doesn't have any special instructions either. Woo! But they're tiny again. Alrighty, so we're just gonna go with a sprinkling. Now I do have one thyme plant that is just clinging on to life over on the shelf. So I do have one, but I like thyme. I use it, most notably in the turkey brine at Thanksgiving, but different recipes call for it throughout the year, and it is not always available in the herb section at even Publix. Same thing with the sage. Sometimes Publix just doesn't have stuff. Same thing with dill. Sometimes Publix just doesn't have. So, ooh, these are big ones. All right. Thank you, chives, for being so agreeable. All right, 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. Okie dokie. That's chives. Hopefully these come up better. One did sprout over there at the end of the marigolds. Okay, let's read the directions on the sage. Start seeds indoors 6 to 8 weeks before last frost. Now we are beyond that, but whatever. I mean, they died. We tried. They died. We're about, I would say we are probably, I'm consulting my calendar, happens to be behind you. We are probably 4 weeks before the last frost date, but that's fine. After danger of frost, sow outdoors. Okay, that's all it says. Let's Google just to see if there's anything special. Let's not, because my phone is dead. At least that one is. So, let's give way to insanity. We're gonna do the same thing and hope for a different outcome. Well, it's not quite the same because I did see someone, I did see someone do this week on a YouTube video. They had brain work, please. They had just topped the top of their seed sorting tray with vermiculite instead of with more soil. So I think I might try that. These also did seem to be coated seeds, so maybe I'll try right now to, did you come on? No, you're just telling me you're dead. Okay, very good. Maybe I'll try right now to spray them very intentionally to see if I can get kind of a breakthrough in that coating first, and maybe that will help too. I'm gonna put this soil back in the garage because we don't need it right now. Although, maybe I will cover my things that said they needed a 1/4 inch. Let's see. Okay. Depth, a 1/4 inch. A 1/4 inch. Nothing says it needs sun to sprout, right? Depth, 1/8 of an inch on the oregano. Okay. A 1/4 inch on the basil. And a 1/4 inch. Okay. So on the oregano, I'm gonna do the vermiculite for sure. And then for these others, I think I will just kind of try to take some of this and just very lightly, like this, cover them up. I worry that this is just really heavy. If I'm already worried, maybe I need to stop. Yep, I'm already worried. I'm gonna get the vermiculite and put this back in the garage, and then we will spray the sage before we do anything else. See if we can get that coating done. All right, I'm back with my stuff right here. It's cool. I'll have to bring you over. The lemon basil seeds are already reacting to the moisture in the ground there. All right, so I'm gonna just try to see in my hands first. This is like a coating that's on here. I don't know, maybe sage seeds are just this big. Like, am I crazy, or are sage seeds really this big? No, it doesn't seem to be washing off. Maybe I am crazy. Okay. We'll just try it. Oh, now I've made my hands too wet to get rid of them. Okay. I don't know. They definitely seem to have changed color. So maybe there is a coating on them. I'm just trying to directly and significantly moisten those. I'm gonna laugh if those that I like rolled around in my hand are the only ones that come up. All right. Now, this is my vermiculite. And I'm just going to coat the top here. I'm trying not to do too thick of a layer because a lot of these were very small seeds. And it was the oregano that said to do just a 1/8 of an inch. So I want to try to respect that. All right. Trying to get the smallest pieces here. All right, there it goes. Let's see how these do. Hopefully they will do better. I honestly don't know. I honestly don't know. Sorry, I felt like I put a little too much of these. And I am going to go ahead and moisten the vermiculite as well. And this is water that is warm. It's not hot, but it is warm. This is kind of what I used the first time with my seeds. Is I would mist them like this with warm, like tap water, warm water. And I also had them sitting in front of the heater. Now I'm not going to do that anymore because I've got seedlings and stuff out on that grow thing, and I just don't think I can do that. But I do want these to be nice and moist, give them the best chance possible at coming up, and we'll just have to keep an eye out and see what happens. All right, that's it. Wish me luck. Round two. Round two. All right. Until next time. Bye.